Tonight on DC News Now, dozens of people in Alexandria demanding answers. The Housing Board meeting allowing complaints, following complaints of mold, rodents, and vouchers being pulled.
And you'll need to bundle up as you're heading out the door tomorrow morning. Bitter cold temperatures for your Tuesday morning commute. Just how cold it will get coming up. A suspect arrested accused of purposely starting a fire at a Maryland apartment complex, leaving several families out of their homes. The heartbreak from a woman who's lost everything so close to the holidays.
DC's police chief calling it quits, while she says the choice is a personal one after a challenging 2 years.
Commanders fans left feeling blue as the Burgundy and Gold now officially out of the playoffs. Their reaction to the flop from a once promising season.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 10. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. It is dangerously cold outside in the DMV. Let's take a live look out there towards Roslyn, Virginia. And you can also see the temperatures continuing to tumble throughout the night. Oh, when it's negative? Am I seeing that right? No, just teens.
It is chilly.
Not that cold. Yes, cold.
All right, but Jackie, it is cold. I mean, the teens, it is freezing out literally right now.
Yeah, that's a bitter blast of cold air. We're talking about those teens for those overnight lows into tomorrow morning. We're not seeing any of those teens on the map, though, right now, but we're getting close. We're seeing those lower 20s off towards the north and west, out towards areas like Martinsburg, Hagerstown, coming in at 21 degrees right now. Upper 20s up towards Manassas. DC, you're coming in at 28 degrees. So overall, across the map at this hour, we are already noticing those temperatures below the freezing mark, and like I mentioned, continuing to drop. But at least we're tracking dry conditions here locally. That's not so much what they're dealing with down towards the Richmond area, where we're talking at least 4 to even close to 8 inches of snowfall fell through the day today. So we missed this system by about 100 miles to the south. So again, they're dealing with more of that snow ongoing at this point. But wind chills here locally, it's feeling like we're already into the teens across much of the area, including DC. Overnight lows, like I mentioned, back to those teens, starting about 20 degrees, what we start off with early tomorrow morning. So yes, be sure to bundle up. About more details and a bit of a warm up as we get towards Wednesday. That's all coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Jackie, we'll see you then as the temps dip dangerously low. It's important to know the signs of frostbite and hypothermia. DC Health saying signs of hypothermia include shivering, exhaustion, and bright red colored skin. It's important to get inside and warm up right away. Frostbite, that's when your skin is a white-gray color and you're feeling numb. Officials say get indoors and cover the affected parts of your skin immediately. We're following breaking news out of Maryland tonight. The Cracker Barrel in Waldorf agrees to pay thousands of dollars to settle discrimination claims.
Now, we first told you about this story last December when students from a special education program visited that Charles County restaurant to help the kids practice social and life skills. Now, the teachers suing the restaurant, accusing the workers of refusing to serve the students because of their disabilities. The incident sparking outrage in the community. You can see parents protesting that Cracker Barrel. Under state and federal laws, places like restaurants are not allowed to deny services to people with disabilities. The restaurant has since fired 3 employees, including the general manager. Cracker Barrel denied the allegations but agreed to settle the lawsuit to avoid a trial.
So under the terms of that agreement, Cracker Barrel will revise its public accommodation policy nationwide. The company will pay $75,000 to the affected students, allocating $7,500 per child. Will also donate more than $17,000 to Dr. James Craik Elementary School, SOAR, and Achieve programs. Cracker Barrel also will reimburse money for the school's cost of meals and transportation on the day of that incident, and will contribute $9,000 to the Civil Rights Enforcement Fund.
Some families in Northern Virginia say they have been overrun by rodents and mold at their apartment complex that's run by the Alexandria Housing Authority.
There was a special meeting to address the concerns with its newly appointed board, since the entire board recently resigned and the CEO was fired for living in one of the housing units. But that's not helped renters who say they're still dealing with poor living conditions.
DC News Now's Yamri Sase was at tonight's meeting. And Yamri, what have families been telling you?
Yeah, so tenants weren't able to speak at tonight's special meeting, but many of them did show up just to hear what the new board had to talk about when it comes to the budget and future plans for the redevelopment in the Alexandria area. Now, many of them say that the meeting is a good first step with their long-standing issues that they've been dealing with. They want to see some action behind it.
I'm looking for honesty, transparency.
A packed room of tenants showing up tonight, many of them frustrated and looking for straight answers as the new Alexandria Redevelopment and Housing Authority Board spoke on some of its plans for the future. Earlier this afternoon, Damian Wright took us inside his unit at the Heritage. He says he's been dealing with mold, rats, bugs, and a lot more.
Come fix, the problems that are here, or help people get their development to the point where they can live decent.
Ronisha Parker lives in another Alexandria property. She's also worried about vouchers, tenants losing them, and cases where ARHA isn't paying its portion of the rent.
What's going on with that and why people are confused or not aware of how to access information regarding their vouchers or why vouchers are even taken.
This comes after former CEO Eric Johnson was found living in one of the units and was fired. The entire 9-member board resigned not long after. Tonight, the newly appointed board approved $20 million to build 52 affordable apartments at the Heritage in Old Town. The board also spent time digging into next year's budget and created 3 new committees.
I'm not sure about the budget. How much does it really cost to really do this? But I do know that redevelopment should be done.
But for residents, the biggest thing they want is to be involved and to see real action on problems they've been dealing with for years.
Time will tell how long it takes for us to get that, but we're not stopping trying to get those answers.
Now, the next meeting for the Alexandria Redevelopment and Housing Authority will be next month in January. For now, reporting in Alexandria, I'm Yalmer Sase, DC News Now.
All new tonight, a man stabbed in Fairland, Maryland. Montgomery County police say it happened on Harlequin Terrace just before 3:30 this afternoon. That man was taken to the hospital, we're told, with minor injuries. Police have not yet released any information on a suspect.
The district's top cop is stepping down. Police Chief Pamela Smith announcing her resignation.
She has served in the role for 2 years now, with her career in law enforcement spanning nearly 3 decades. During her tenure, Smith helped launch the Real-Time Crime Center. D.C. police say there were 51 fewer homicides compared to 2023. Smith's leadership, though, has not gone without strain. She has faced several hurdles this year, including the president federalizing MPD and surging federal agents and National Guard members. Smith said none of that, though, played a role in her decision to step down.
I know that the challenges that we've faced have, we've had some high points and we've had some low points, but respectfully right now, this is a personal decision for myself and for my family.
Smith's last day is December 31st, and Mayor Muriel Bowser is saying that an interim police chief will be appointed before then. Our Marielle Carbone will have much more on the story ahead in our next half hour. Mayor Bowser also talking about making the district safer, saying efforts to reduce crime are working. The latest police data showing violent crime has dropped 28% this year, with homicides at their lowest rate in 8 years. There's also a 30% drop in killings from this time a year ago, and officers have arrested more than 100 suspects wanted in homicides. Carjackings are also down 49%, and overall crime has seen a reduction of 18%.
We are learning new details about the West Virginia National Guardsman who was shot just blocks from the White House. Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf's family says he's no longer sedated and is showing more positive signs of recovery.
He's very active. He itched his forehead this morning. He itched it last night. This morning I went to boop his little nose. He looked at me, gave me the side eye, turned away from me. He did turn his head to look at me again when I said his name. He's coming along well.
He must be if he's giving mom the side eye.
That's right.
Love to hear that he's improving. All right, Wolf was rushed to MedStar Washington Hospital in critical condition. Specialist Sarah Beckstrom was killed in that attack. Guard members were deployed in the district as part of the Trump administration's order to fight crime in D.C. Of course, we'll continue to bring the latest updates on Staff Sergeant Wolf's condition, both on air and online at DCNewsNow.com. Under the News tab, select Local News. Well, nearly 300 additional National Guard troops have arrived in the district. They're from Indiana. Trump administration ordered 500 service members to be deployed here following that deadly attack near the White House. The Indiana National Guard says soldiers will assist local and federal law enforcement, take part in community safety patrols, and manage traffic control. Their deployment is expected to last 4 months. They're replacing guardsmen who have been in the district since August.